Ora si
Q&A
registrerà la
session
conferenza.
in order to have some more clear ideas about the event, to understand more how the platform will be managed and which plus and minus will represent for our companies, and hopefully to try to have a good and massive representation of in Italian companies and of Assosport companies also for this virtual January edition. So I thanks Mark and all his staff for being with us today. A big ciao to Monica as well that I see. And she's always very nice to all of us and and she always follow Italian companies very well. So thank you, Monica. And let's leave the floor to Markus. Thank you.
Thank you so much, President. Grazie, Anna. Faccio un'introduzione in italiano anche per correttezza di tutte le aziende presenti. Effettivamente noi abbiamo avuto l'opportunità di avere Messe München e quindi i referenti di ISPO Monaco in occasione della nostra assemblea dell'11 novembre scorso, però adesso, grazie al fatto che la piattaforma si è consolidata in maniera precisa e corretta e quindi effettivamente concretamente abbiamo bisogno operativamente di capire che cosa significa partecipare a questo ISPO digitale, oggi abbiamo chiesto a Markus Hefter, and thanks a lot Markus for your presentation for today, e poi anche a due referenti che così sono responsabili anche della digitalizzazione della piattaforma. Thank you, Johannes Hand, that is a Chief Sales Officer di ForSource, and Philip Gunther, VIP, Vice President of Sales ForSource. Io ringrazio loro, thanks a lot, e sicuramente nell'incontro di oggi l'obiettivo principale è avere informazioni chiare e precise di come partecipare a questa fiera digitale. Noi abbiamo raccolto da parte di tutti quelli che hanno voluto mandarci quesiti, interrogativi, le informazioni, le abbiamo già date tutte ai referenti di oggi e quindi aspettiamo da loro già delle risposte. Qualora le risposte non vengano completate, Sara nello specifico andrà a completarle rispetto a tutto l'elenco che è stato da voi dato. Poi indipendentemente da questo però abbiamo la chat, quindi vi chiediamo assolutamente di intervenire chiedendo di prendere la parola affinché effettivamente noi chiudiamo questo incontro con tutte le precisazioni. Ok, grazie. Allora io nel dare la parola a Markus, thanks a lot Markus.
Thank you very much. So personally, thank you very much for the opportunity to give you an introduction in the concept of ISPO Munich online. And I'd like to say thanks for the opportunity. Thanks, Anna Ferrino. Thank you for the opportunity. Also, as you have heard already, our Italian office is also in the call. Davide Galli, Monica Galante are here. So if you have further questions afterwards, also feel free to get in touch with them as well. But I hope that we managed to answer most of your questions today. And I will give you just a very quick and short introduction of the reason why we do ISPO Munich online and what we do and how we do it. And then we do have Jonas here from the partner, the technology partner that we are working with for the brand rooms. And Jonas is going to explain in the live demo version that you can see how it looks, how it feels, to get an impression on what is possible within the brand rooms and all that kind of stuff. And I think that will answer many, many questions already. So I share my screen and I hope you can see that one right now. How do I move this one here? Up here. Okay. Can you see the screen?
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. So
sure.
why we are doing ISPO Munich online, I mean, it's obvious. It's because of the pandemic that we are facing currently. When we have planned ISPO Munich in the beginning, it was absolutely planned as a physical event, as we do every year. But due to the circumstances over a period of a few weeks and months, we have realized that it's impossible to guarantee that end of January there will be a safe ISPO Munich in Munich. Therefore, we decided, okay, let's go in a full digital version, because it was also absolutely clear for us that the companies we were talking to told us that we should do something, because they need exchange. They want to get in touch with their customers, and they also want to have ISPO in the role who's bringing the customers and the brands together. So we have been evaluating the situation and said, okay, let's go for it. And what we are doing is that we take the best out of both worlds. So the best out of the physical world and the digital world, and combine it together. When I'm talking about physical world, I'm talking about exhibition space for the brands. And this is something which we're going to present directly afterwards. How does it look like? How can a brand build up a showroom inside our concept, and how does it look like? How can they interact with their customers, and how can they be found by new customers? At the same time, it was also absolutely clear that due to the current situation that we all are facing, we need to talk, we need to exchange, and we need to learn and debate at the same time. So the exhibition part will be added by a big part of education, where we're talking about megatrends, issues, but also about solutions. And we do that, as I said before, in a fully digital version. So that means it will be completely online. Everybody can sit in his office at home and can participate without any travel restrictions, without any additional costs. And this has a lot of advantages. It has a huge international outreach. We can add some new segments, and for the first time, for those who want it, we can give access to some consumer experts and involve them already into the whole story. The topics that we're talking about are also brand hot topics, which are right now major topics in our industry. Everybody is talking about personal health, about health in general. So what is the situation? What can everybody do to keep and maintain his personal health situation? It's not only that they are not getting infected, it's also more like, how can you overcome psychological topics when you're facing the situation that you're sitting in a lockdown and you are locked and you're not even allowed to leave your house, like it was in the beginning of the pandemic in spring. So sport can give an answer to that, and this is one of the reasons why we said health is one of the most important topics. The second one is digitalization. So nearly every brand that I spoke to in the last weeks told me, hey, for the first time ever, we did our first digital sales conference. And somehow it worked, but we would need a little bit more professionalism and assistance and support. And can you do that? And we are able to do so. And the third big topic we are talking about is sustainability. That's also absolutely clear. Yeah, everybody's asking, okay, where does the product come from? Which impact has the product on the planet? And what can I do as a person in order to avoid any situation that we had in the past? So these are the major topics that we are talking about. This will be the part of the conference program. And due to the fact that I don't want to waste so much time, I just go into two more slides. One is how we are setting up the program. So as I said before, there are two parts. One is the exhibition part. The second part is the programming part. The exhibition part will take place Monday to Friday, February 1st to 5th, from 9 a.m. in the morning to 6 p.m. in the evening. And the education part and the inspirational part is separated from that, because what we don't want to do is that we set up a huge program, side program, the whole day, which draws the attention from the visitors outside of the brand rooms. What we want to do is that we kick off every day in the morning with an inspiring event. Could be a yoga event, or could be a very short keynote speech, 10-15 minutes. And then the day is open and the show is open. So, and then until after lunch, there is no program on the stage. There's only visitors who are going into the brand rooms and visiting the brands and having time for them. And then after lunch, we start with workshops and master classes. And the stage time on the main stage with the first presentations will only start at around 3 or 4 p.m. in the afternoon. So that guarantees that there's enough time for visitors to go to the brands, into the brand rooms. And then in the evening, there will be every evening one highlight event, like an award ceremony, or the ISPO Cup will be awarded. And in the evening, we have the possibility to get in touch with the consumers and offer them contact to the brands and invite them to specific topics and work with them on B2C oriented workshops. Just to make just a few talks about the program. You saw that, I'm pretty sure before. I mean, I don't want to really go into the details, but it's clear. There are a lot of benefits and opportunities from a pure digital version. And one is the international outreach. You don't need to travel. You don't need to book a hotel, a flight, and you don't need to face the situation that maybe a few weeks in advance to the event, the corona situation gets worse and you're not able to travel. So you can just block the date in the calendar and participate from all over the world. You will get a lot of inspiration because we have realized that during the event that we did in summer, we are able to bring some really interesting international speakers and thought leaders into the conference, which are usually not traveling to Munich. But we made it happen that they participated, giving a keynote speech for 30 minutes, for 1 hour, from the US, from the office in the US, or from somewhere all over the planet. And so on and so on. There are a lot of advantages, and we believe that we can attract a lot of visitors from all over the world to the platform because it's very easy, it's cost sensitive, they have no travel efforts, as I said before, no costs, no security restrictions. So we can do that, and I was talking about that already before shortly. The restart days in summer was a 2-day conference which we have been built up in 6 weeks, and we had participants, visitors from more than 60 countries already. I give one example. We had the keynote speech from sustainability, had more than 1,000 people at the same time watching the presentation. And we had 60 international interactive workshops and masterclasses. So we know how to set up a nice and interesting program. And in addition to that, we are now building up the brand presentation. And this is how it looks like. And at that stage, I would like to give already the word to Jonas. And maybe you can share the screen, Jonas, now yours, because then you can demonstrate how the brand room, this is the brand room, it's the place, it's the stand of the exhibitors looks like, how it works, and what opportunities are available.
With pleasure. Thank you, Markus, and hello, everyone, also from my side and from Philip's side. I will share my screen to not lose time. And do you see my screen now?
Yes.
Yes, we do.
Just need to move that away here. Move that away. Oh, no. So just close it. So as I said, maybe first of all about ForSource. So I didn't bring any slides about ForSource. So ForSource is technically the service provider here for ISPO to enable ISPO Munich Online 2021. We are in the say B2B matchmaking business since 2017. So we are connecting suppliers, manufacturers all over the world with buyers all over the world. So we have built up a platform and a tool that is called ForSource that is mainly used by sourcing professionals. The good thing is about the platform that we have already built. This is for us the basis on which we are building the solution that we provide for ISPO. So as we are talking about a global event that needs to be accessible from all over the world, from all different kinds of time zones and also different user types, we can best use what we already have and what we're going to show you also later on in the live demo. But we build ISPO on top of that. So when you sign up to ISPO Munich Online 2021, you will enter an ISPO solution and not ForSource. So this is very important. You're not entering ForSource, you're entering ISPO. But we are providing the technology that is standing behind. So when we imagine how the visitor flow would be, and I would first of all go through some slides to explain you the core features and also give you some ideas how these features will look like under the context of brands and under the context of show visitors, because I think this is very important, because later on we're going to show you the live platform, but the live platform is in many cases still under development. So as we are all a bit under time pressure to make everything ready till January 31st, we will show you the core functionalities on the basis of FOSSO, so basically what we have right now, because we are not able to enter, let's say, all the different functionalities, all the different views that I will show you now in the slides. So first of all, who will be visiting ISPO Munich 2021 is of course the entire network of ISPO, the entire ISPO community that is huge. It's the world's largest multi-segment network of this industry. Everyone who wants to access the show, they either have a ticket or they have received an invitation from Exhibitors, and then they need to enter the platform with a username and their password, which is the same as they have on the ticket. And then they will need to answer some questions. So we want to know from all visitors some key data. And this is very important for you as an exhibitor, because at the end, you also want to know who is on the show, who has visited your brand room, or who has seen your products. And you will also be enabled to use the search function to find visitors according to the different criteria that we are asking here. By the way, we also have, of course, a FOSSO's network of registered buyers. They will also enter the platform, but also need to go through the same onboarding, this is how we call it, to add and create the little profile. Then the first thing that everyone will see when they're going to the ISPO online show, they will find a content section at the beginning. So you have on the left side of your menu, you have your key functionality. So you have your own messaging. You can go to brands, to manufacturing and suppliers, or you have the home button. And you will also have a bookmarking button where you will find everyone that you bookmarked or that you want to get in touch with later. And then in the main window, everyone that is on the home section will find ISPO related content. The content will be around brand new, about the awards, about different country pavilions or association pavilions. It will be around ISPO Digitize. It will be around the conference. So imagine all the different content pieces that you maybe see on a physical show. We will bring them inside the application, and visitors can experience that. So for example, the ISPO Awards, so we will highlight the ISPO Award products. We will explain the ISPO Award products inside the application to all the visitors. And also country pavilions will be created, or association pavilions, which is a very important prerequisite for some of the associations or countries, so that, for example, in this case, we made an example for Portugal, so that, for example, all Portuguese manufacturers that are brought by a certain association can also be found through a country pavilion, and the pavilion has the opportunity to present different opportunities, different benefits of either the brands that they brought or the manufacturer, the exhibitor that they brought to the show, or about doing business in a specific country as such. So this is pretty free in creation. The only thing that we need is the content for this, and this is what will be aligned together with ISPO, and then we will build the respective pages. Then, of course, we will also have direct access points to the conference, and we will also showcase the conference program and the conference speakers. So everyone that wants to go to the conference, as Markus said, there are specific dates and times for it. They can do so. They need a specific ticket to access the conference at the end, but this doesn't matter. We will also have a permanent live stream where we will show some highlights of the conference, or highlights of brands, or highlights that are happening at the show at this point of time. And then visitors can explore brands. So there is a search for brands, of course, so meaning for exhibiting brands. And when they use the search function, they will always find kind of mini profiles of the specific brand. So we just did some examples here. So they could, for example, filter for Switzerland, for outdoor, and then they will find all exhibitors from Switzerland out of the category outdoor. and will find a list. And in the list, they will see the logo, they will see the name, the segment, in which segment this brand is positioned, which product sector and which product they're offering, a short description, and some highlight pictures of the profile. And from here, also visitors can either open the profile or they can even directly get in touch with the brand or bookmark a certain brand. The same also applies for exhibitors. So exhibitors can, for example, search for visitors, meaning you have similar categories. So you can also search, and I think this was one of the questions that was raised in the question paper. So can exhibitors also search for visitors that belong to a certain category, like urban or Snowsports and so on? And yes, the filters will be there, and you will see out of every exhibitor, you will have some core data. So you will know the name, you will know the title, so you will know the proficiency, so whether it's a manager, an employee, whether it's the CEO. You will know the industry, whether it's a brand, whether it's a sourcing office, whether it's an agency, whether it's a legal and consultancy firm. So different visitor types that are typically at the ISPO, you will be able to spot that and to see that. You will, of course, know from which company this visitor is, from which country, from which city, how many employees the company has that this visitor is coming from, and what the main product categories are that this visitor is looking for. Because this is also very important, because at the end you will be able to, for example, let's say you are a supplier for gloves or a supplier for shoes, then at the end you might not be interested in contacting buyers or visitors that are buying something completely different. So you need to be able to filter down to the respective buyers that are exactly interested in what you're offering. And you can also filter and search by the core segments, and you can also see the website of the respective visitor if they provided the information. Most of the fields we will make mandatory, so that you always have the information about who is visiting the show, who is on the show, and you will know the same information you will also find when someone clicks on your profile. You will find that in your notifications, and you can always directly get in touch. So this is also here, you can directly press the contact button, or you can invite the visitors to go on a video call with you. Now coming to the brand profiles, because these are currently under development, so we cannot show you the brand profiles as such. I think just want to highlight some elements of it. So first of all, every brand can fill brand rooms with virtual showrooms, with company details, with video material, and many more features. So you can, it's from an effort and filling point of view, kind of like filling a LinkedIn profile or a Facebook profile. So you can do it by your own. You can always edit information that you just entered to the brand room. You can always change it. You can add multiple locations, for example. Let's say you have different showrooms all over the world. You can enter those different locations. You can have different contact persons added. And this is also unlimited, so you can add unlimited contact persons as you want. You can add unlimited company videos as you wish. And you can also add unlimited number of products to your virtual showroom. So the virtual showroom is a very important part, because it's supposed to give the visitors an idea of the highlight product that you have developed, that you want to showcase. You can describe them while you are creating the showroom posts or the showroom uploads. You will be able to tag all the pictures, and don't worry, we will also support you on this. So we have a support team that will be at your hand whenever you need support. So let's say you're uploading a jacket and you don't know how to tag this jacket correctly, we will support this, and we will also permanently review that the tags are set correctly, because these tags are also important for the visitors at the end, because they will be able to search by tags also on a product section, meaning this tagging works like a drop-down menu. So you open the menu, you say, okay, and you can even type by keyword. You say it's a jacket, then it will give you different suggestions, whether it's a ski jacket, an outdoor jacket, a casual jacket, whatever, and then you can apply the different tags. And of course, this also works for all product categories that you can imagine that you will find at ISPO. We put the entire category tree, the entire structure behind our system that is used by ISPO and that also visitors and exhibitors are used to have when they go to ISPO. Then, and this is something that we already have and what we can also show you later on, because this is something that we started in 2017 with. So we have, of course, profiles for apparel manufacturers. They are a bit different to the brand profiles. So the brand profiles are more built around emotional content, whereas the profiles for apparel manufacturers were built more for the sourcing part, meaning for to find the right supplier with trustworthy information. So here it's not about so much emotion, but rather content and hard facts. And they of course also have a showroom, but the showrooms are more on a production basis. So they will definitely show different pictures. We have the same for fabric manufacturers. So here the showroom is rather a catalog where suppliers for fabrics are able to upload different views of their fabrics. And then we have, of course, also profiles for all other manufacturers. So it could be bottle manufacturers, it could be running mill manufacturers. And these are also built in a way that everyone can enter the most important information about the company, and that I, as a visitor, get a very good impression of who is there and know that this is the right company I want to talk to. Then this is something that will Philip show you later on. There is notification and business opportunities. So everyone who clicked on your profile, everyone that opened a picture of your showroom will be shown to you. So you will know who was on your booth, and you will find the information about the buyer just within your profile. So this is very interactive, very easy. And as soon as someone has visited your booth, you can directly contact them. You can invite them to a video call. You can even bookmark the buyer and say, okay, I will contact them later, or I bookmark them for my colleagues because maybe it's someone from UK and I want someone from UK get in touch with this person. And there are further tools to meet and get in touch with clients. So there's a schedule tool to schedule one-to-one meetings. This works pretty simple. So there's, as you see here on the profiles, there's, or here, I'll go here. So you see this little camera symbol on the top. This is embedded to all different exhibitor profile types. When you click on this, you will see a window that looks like this. So you can select the date and the time you want to meet someone. You can even put multiple appointment dates or opportunities in the request. You can describe why you want to meet the person, and then the other side will receive an email saying, okay, here's the salesperson from brand whatever. He wants to meet you, and then he can accept a certain meeting time. And then once both sides have agreed on a meeting time, both sides will receive an invitation, and the invitation will guide to a Zoom meeting where both sides have the link and both sides can jump on the call when the time is ready. We will also send a notification or email reminder 5 minutes before the meeting starts. Besides that, there is a chat embedded on the platform, which is a live chat. It's kind of similar to what you know from platforms like Facebook or LinkedIn. So it's kind of a WhatsApp style back and forth chat. You can even attach attachments, you can attach pictures. So it's pretty intuitive and also works on a live basis. So when two people are typing at the same time, of course, we'll get immediately the answer. And one question that was also raised, this may be also new for Markus, because we just specified all the details here. So everyone that has a permanent video presentation room, this is included to all the advanced or higher profile plans. Exhibitors will have a permanent room that they can manage and where they can provide content. So the idea is here that you can send an invitation to all the visitors or to your network, say, hey, 2 o'clock on the 2nd of February, our CEO will talk, or our product developer will give a presentation about the new product that we want to showcase. And then everyone who wants to join clicks on the button And you will then manage on your side every incoming person. All the incoming persons need to leave the email address and their name so that you know who is in the meeting, and you can of course also chat directly with the respective person. So it's quite easy. And also here we're using Zoom as a technology in the background. Why is this? Because we are again talking about a global platform. So everything that we do needs to work in all countries. And as of course China is also a very important market for sports equipment, also a lot of buyers are more and more coming from the Chinese market. They also need to have access to those meetings and to those video calls. And many tools are still blocked in China, or you're not able to get through the firewall. So this is why we selected Zoom, because it really works worldwide, and it's one of the best solutions that is available here. And it's basically connected to our system in a very seamless way. So this is also something Philip can show you in a second. So that's in a nutshell the screens that I wanted to show you before we go on the platform. And now I would like to hand over to Philip. He will quickly show you some core functionalities, and then we are open for your questions. Maybe Philip, yes, you want to take over. You.
Share my monitor quickly. So, do you see the screen? I think you can see the screen right now. Yes.
Yeah. Yes, we can.
All right. Good. So, where am I right now? Is exactly at that point when you search for an exhibitor, whether it is a brand, whether it is an exhibitor, whether it is a supplier for gym equipment or for fabric or textile. So we will basically here adjust the filter categories or the category you can select on. This is now just a short example how it looks currently on our side, how you can apply those different filters, where you can search for a specific country, the specific product group, or even services, etc. So this is also now how the profiles will be visible from a first view, where you get first basic overview of information, where they're coming from, what they are doing. You see already first images, you see company names and so on. When you click on a profile to open the profile, you are then able to see further information of the respective brand, who is exhibiting, for example. So there is a description function. There will be also here, so basically there is a description of the company, where they write about their history, what they're doing. In this case, we have for suppliers and for manufacturers, the reference customers, they're working together, short key facts. Everything is linked also with the headquarter address with Google Maps. You can directly here message. So this is the message function to the contact of the respective exhibitor, what you can basically do. Then we have here, this is another overview for the products, for example, from a manufacturer in that aspect. For brands, of course, it will show slightly different. You can then open also on the locations, what Jonas mentioned before, so you can add unlimited images of your company location, where the brand comes from, headquarter, other brand facilities or company facilities, where you can upload here on in terms of images to the profile. Then we have here the showroom section, where I can see clearly all the products from Exhibitor. I can even click on the images I see then, or I would then see here basically the specific tagging of the exhibitor, of what is it like the product about, according to the specific category tree, so to say, of your use, what you use. Then we can also, the visitor can directly contact you through this button, request more information, can chat with you about a specific product when he's interested, when he wants to know more information about that. And other than that, we can also directly initiate a communication through the send message here, or what Jonas also showed before in the presentation. This is about the video meeting, the face-to-face meeting, what you can basically set up. So, and here, this is according to the different time zones. So if someone from the US is now visiting an Italian brand, he would only see here the available time slots to select the meetings actually, where he can invite or request for a meeting. So he can send out 3 different meeting requests, for example, and can even write a short message, what would be the content about the meeting, the topics he would like to discuss, he wanted to talk about, and send the request out to you so that you will receive the meeting request from the visitor. And in this case, you would also get a notification prior to the meeting when the meeting is basically happened. Then we have also a pure product section where you can also search by the products itself. This will be then also according to the completely ISPO category, what you can then apply the different filters to where the visitors can search for the respective products. Going now quickly on the other side and showing you the perspective of an exhibitor, how this will look like in that aspect. 1 second, just log in here. So first of all, this is here the business opportunity overview. We saw that in the presentation prior. So here you would see all visitors or all visitors who visited your booth, your brand profile, so to say. You would see here the information immediately. Also, you would see the respective information according to the visitor. What is he doing? So this is very much about the respective profile of the visitor. Where is he coming from? Which company? What's his position, name, title, and so on. Here you have the opportunity then, what was also mentioned prior, either to bookmark, maybe for a colleague who is responsible for the respective market where the visitor comes from, or you can directly send him a message and start to send out this message, even upload further material, sales material, what is relevant or what you would like to share with the visitor itself. All the video meeting requests you will see up on here in your profile, that will show here. So there are no video requests now showing, but usually they would be visible here. And as said, you will get a notification prior to the meeting that you will not miss on the meetings. Also, when messages are sent, so they will immediately pop up here when you are online. Other than that, you will be notified by email as well that you have new messages in your account, as well as here the notification. Then going quickly on the showroom side, I show you, for example, here in the profile of your brand, you can add the video. You can even write a short description. What is the video about? Either it is from a special production, a special product, what you promote, and then you can just add here an URL link from YouTube or Vimeo to upload the video. So it's basically then directly visible to the visitor of the profile who can click on it. It will open a separate window in front of him and show him the video. In the showroom section, this is also, so you would have here different fields where you can add the products. It's normal, any kind of JPEG image you can upload here to your showroom. Also, this is completely unlimited. What you can upload, so you can upload as much images, products you wish. This will be then also according to the specific ISPO categories you can apply to. So this shows here just a few different categories from us now. We also have a certain showroom guide where we even explain, okay, how to upload, what is important on the images. But from a brand perspective, the images are mainly already in a setup or in a way what they have been shooted, which is already very professional. So I guess this shouldn't be an issue. Of course, here we will also be supportive in any case. When you need anything, when you need support, when you have issues, you can always contact us here as well, and we guide you through that as well. I think this is it from that perspective. From my side.
Thank you so much, Philip. I think that you answered a lot of questions we asked to you, but maybe some are not an answer yet. So I ask you this one. If a brand decides to apply, it is compulsory to attend the event all 5 days?
Sorry, what? I didn't get it.
So if a brand applies to the fair, it is compulsory to attend the all 5 days?
Yeah, I mean, yes, maybe about the timing. That's an interesting question. So what we plan currently, and this will be announced very soon, that we start on Monday, 9 to 5, or maybe 6 p.m., the official trade show hours. This is the time when the brands should be in the room, yeah? And that then it's also for 5 days. It doesn't make sense to or think about the other way around. What happens when you only stay there as a brand for 3 days and then your room is more or less there and the visitors cannot contact you? So it would definitely make sense to plan the 5 days, at least during the business hours. Let's say it like that.
Okay, thank you. And there are moments B2B and B2C oriented. And how can brands maintain the distinction between B2B and B2C?
Yeah, so I was also just going through all the questionnaire, and one important thing was not mentioned so far from my side in the beginning, because already in the basic package, so that means when a company books the brand room in the basic package, they have access to an unlimited number of invitation vouchers to their customers. So that means if one brand books the space, they build up the space, and then they get a system from us where they can invite everyone they want to invite that they want to see during the show. It's unlimited, it's without any additional costs. So it doesn't mean that if you invite 500 dealers to your brand room, you don't have to pay anything in addition to that. First of all, that's very important to know, because this already guarantees a huge number of visitors or who are coming to the platform, because everybody will be invited for free. In addition to that, if someone don't get an invitation from one brand, they can book, they can buy a ticket. It costs 49 euros for all days for the conference area. So for someone who is interested but want to see it, they can book a ticket, 49 euros, and they can visit the place. In addition to that, we are doing, and that was Jonas said before, we are going into our big database. So we have around 350,000 business contacts all over the world, and we want to invite them. It's brands, distributors, retailers, dealers, agencies, whatever. We all want to invite them. And as I said before, we believe it's easier that they participate in a digital format in comparison to a physical show, because they don't have travel costs and all that stuff. B2C oriented content will be extended on ISPO.com. So that means if a brand books a higher package like the advanced or the premium package, they get an exposure on our ISPO.com website where we have another traffic, and this traffic is way more consumer oriented. So everything what is consumer oriented should be played out on ISPO.com, and everything what is business related should take place on the showroom platform.
Okay, thank you. And concerning the workshop, can a brand filter or not admit some attendance? Sorry. Or the workshops are open for all?
No. You can invite. No, the workshops are by invitation. So that means you can say it's I invite people to participate there. Or Jonas and Philip, maybe you can also answer that, but it's also planned that you can have a closed workshop, for example.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. You can manage who is in there or not.
Okay, and can Exhibitor access the other exhibitors' brand room?
Yes.
It's Yeah, it's like on a physical trade show. They can.
Okay.
But they will also leave their footprint, so you will know it.
Yeah. So you will see basically the information of the visitor when he enters your digital profile. Yeah. So when he enters the brand room in the store.
Okay. And what do you mean with masterclass and table captain? Which is the differences between them?
Who wants? Yeah, it's a naming topic. Yeah. So when we're talking about table captain, this is a usual format for a workshop, which is usually taking place during lunch, for example. It's a format where you can say, okay, there's one host, which is the table captain, maybe an inspiring person who gives some information or a short presentation during lunchtime. That is the reason why it's called table captain. And the masterclass is more B2B oriented stuff with a clear focus on education. Let's say it like that. It's a naming of what is the same.
Okay, thank you. And another is, if the permanent digital room is just one or can be more than one for a brand?
It's one. You can have one.
Just one.
Just one.
Okay, and talking about exhibitors, is there a maximum numbers of people who can be connected from the company?
You mean as the stand personnel?
Yeah.
As far as I know, you can have an unlimited number of contacts within your brand room. So that means no.
Yeah. So you will have, exactly, it's unlimited. So you can add unlimited people. But there is only one person who is able to manage the account.
Okay. Thank you. And another is, can brands use ADV as pop-up or banner in the ISPO website during the event in order to attract visitors in the exhibitors virtual area?
So this
I know
is not
I like this question, Markus.
Yeah. No, this is not planned, but what we plan is, as I mentioned before, during the morning until after lunch, there's no program on the stage. So that means we're focusing the whole concentration on the expo area. And during that time, what we currently plan is having a kind of let's say, we call it currently, the working title is trade show TV, which is like kind of a you have to imagine like a film. So everybody is going into a room, explaining a little bit about the concept, about the new product or whatever. And then it moves into another room. So it's like you enter the platform, you get a series of inspiration, because the trade show TV is walking around and running around and going into the, for sure, some big companies, but also some companies who deliver interesting content. And it's also not planned that we sell that space. It's planned that we decide at the end of the day. So we need really good products, good inspiration, and stuff like that.
Okay, thank you. And can you also tell us which are the expectations from ISPO Munich concerning the visitors based on market researches and evaluations?
Yes, we do have evaluation, and we set our internal target that we want to have 30,000 visits during the 5 days. So this is our internal target, which we are working on, and we believe this is only B2B. So this does not include the B2C outreach on ispo.com. So that means around 6,000 a day. So as an average, let's say it like that. And we think that's absolutely realistic.
Okay, thank you. And I think that we get through all the questions we had open. So if someone has other questions, please. Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I would like to ask a couple of let's say more basic questions, maybe. As an example, when will the actual tool be available for us to use to upload our contents and everything? And also, And also, when will the invitation tool be available? Like when we will be able to send out invitations to customers or whoever?
Andrea, scusa, posso chiederti se ti presenti magari nome e azienda, così giusto per i partecipanti, grazie.
I'm sorry. From Mango Sports System from Reggio Emilia, Italy.
Yeah. So maybe the first question, Jonas, that question goes directly to you. When is the platform available? We are working on that, I know, with high pressure.
So the brand rooms will be ready to onboard from 4th of January, so after New Year.
After New Year, okay. And
so there's enough time to set it up and stuff like that. And the invitation will be hopefully earlier. So that means we have the system already finished. So the plan is that we come up with a schedule with the most important dates right now in the next days. We are working on that, and it has a lot of flexible components. Let's say it like that. But we want to have it before already in this year, that you can make sure that you invite already this year your customers and say, okay, hey, let's take a look. We are participating. Please at least block the date, and more details will be sent out in January.
Okay, great. Thank you. Can I also ask, since we booked the basic package, I'm not really sure if the digital meeting room is actually included in it or not, because in the, let's say in the first order form that we signed, it was listed, and then it was not anymore from the following presentation. So I just wanted to make sure if we will have a meeting room.
Yeah. Okay, so we got it. That's right. We had it in the beginning in the basic package included, and I'm absolutely sure that we make it happen if you have signed that. Absolutely. But
yeah,
yes, yeah.
Otherwise, you have to talk with Mr. Mangone.
No, we will make it happen. But yes, that's absolutely. We changed it a little bit. That's true.
Okay.
And usually, currently, it's only available from the advanced package. That's right.
Okay. Well, we signed for the meeting room.
Got the message. I got the message.
Okay.
Sorry, Markus, concerning the digital meeting room, can you also tell us which is the difference compared to Zoom or Teams or GoToMeeting? Which is the value added for the digital meeting room?
It's the same.
I mean, you can compare it with Zoom or another meeting room. It's like you have the meeting room included into your brand room. Let's say it like that. So that means that draws the attention first of all into the brand room, and then you go into the digital meeting room and can share experience. But it's from the technology. It's nothing different. Yeah. So it's the same. It's only located and connected to the platform. So that means that you don't have to jump out of the platform. It's included into the platform.
Thank you.
Okay.
Ci sono altre domande?
Yes, I would have
one.
questions.
Oops.
Oh,
Thank you, Markus, for answering my questions. Thank you.
You're welcome, Andrea.
Hello, everyone. I am Alessandra. I'm calling you from Union Binding Company in Northern Europe. Now it's snowing, so good sign at least. So we had a chat with some of your guys, Bastian and Alexandra, in 1 month ago, more or less, to have an overview of what the opportunities of ISPO 2021 would have been. And about the brand room, so we had an overview, and at that time, it was not foreseen a showroom, so the products were not actually foreseen to be there. And so the guys told us that we would have the opportunity to enter a link that would link visitors and drive visitors to one of our, let's say, company tools, sales tools, or whatever. So we have already developed for our internal scopes a few tools, so a digital catalog and the virtual showroom and so on. So I would like to understand what is the opportunity now, since the products are actually showable on the brand room, and if we still have the opportunity to link one of our tools.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's also one of the big developments over the last week. So in the first presentation that you have seen, it was a way simpler version of a brand room, which less opportunities. But during all the talks with all the companies, we have realized that there's a big need for setting up something which allows companies to show a little bit more. And with our partner ForSource, we are able now that we offer that to the brands without raising the price. So it means it's the same price, but you can do more. And at the same time, you can still have, if you have your own system and your own digital tools, you can still set the links. There are a lot of opportunities where you can put and place links. And the only thing is, and this is what you have to consider about, is when they click on the link, they're leaving the platform and going to your platform, which is okay. But then they have to come back somehow. Yeah, and this is sometimes a little bit, it's not user friendly. So for most of the companies, it's easier to say, okay, maybe we are also not showing all the products in the showroom, in the brand room, because it took so much time to upload and to structure and stuff like that. But we are focusing on the highlights and the top collection and not showing all the colors, but maybe 3 or 4 colors of it. And then if there's a need, people can go out and go into our system, our company system, and get the full range. So this will also be an opportunity. So way more opportunities without leaving the ones that you had in the past.
Yeah, clear. And also, there will be maybe a direction package from you with the practical instruction of what is available in the brand room and how to use it completely. I mean, very basic, but at least to understand you can do that, you can do this one in this way, and so on.
We are currently working on a video. This will be released hopefully beginning of next week, which guides you the setup of the brand room. It's 2.5 minutes something, yeah, and then it exactly shows, okay, what can you do, how to upload, where to click, and what is possible, which formats, and all the kind of stuff. But to be honest, you have seen it in the presentation. It's really self-explaining. Once you have the access to the brand room, for someone who is working a little bit in the digital field, it's 99.5% self-explaining, I would say.
Okay, clear. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you. Ci sono altre domande? Benedetta?
Sì, ciao. Hi, Markus. I'm Francesca from Camp Company.
Ciao, Francesca. Ciao.
Ciao. I have a couple of questions for you, please. So we know that we have unlimited invitation for our customers, so that's clear. But what if a store wants to have the access? What's the price to go there? What's the conditions for a store that didn't get an invitation?
For the expo area, it's 49 euros for all days. So one visitor is 49 euros for all days. Okay. If you don't get an invitation, but every brand who is in there gets unlimited amount of invitation vouchers for free.
Okay, so thank you. And the second question is about the digital presentation room. Are we able to organize a meeting with more people together, or just to have a single meeting with a customer?
No, so there's in the basic package it's the brand room, and usually from the advanced package on there is a digital meeting room. There you can have meetings up to 50 people.
50 people, even all together in the same room.
Yeah. And maybe to just add to this, so when you get approached by a visitor and the visitor asks you for a meeting, or you approach a visitor for a meeting, and you both go to the same meeting room, you can have up to 300 people even, according to our system. So that's so you can forward and have more people invited.
Okay, okay, perfect. Because I was thinking if it makes sense to organize a moment with all of our distributors to present them the main news or so on. And the last question, do I need to be connected to my brand room all day long, or if anyone arrives there and needs to talk with me, do I receive a message from an email, I mean, that saying there's somebody in your brand room that want to be connected with you?
Yeah, I think Jonas, you should also. Jonas is on right now.
Yeah, I'm on the car right now.
Okay.
So generally, we would suggest, so in case you're not in the brand room and you get a request, this doesn't matter because you can answer to this request when you're back. So it's not that the person is left alone, and you will also receive a notification by email that someone was in your room.
Okay, okay, so I can decide to go there immediately and be in touch with the customer or the visitor.
Exactly.
Ok, ok, that's all for me for the moment.
Grazie Francesca. Si è prenotata anche Vittoria Redin di Dainese. Vittoria, a te la parola.
Hi everyone. Hi Markus. Hi Jonas. Hi everybody. Thank you very much for your clear explanation. I have just a couple of questions. The first one is a very practical one, and I would like to know if in the showroom section we are only allowed to upload pictures or also videos.
You can also upload videos.
All right. Thank you very much. Is there any limiting quantities?
No.
There are no limitations. No.
All right. And the second one,
I think there's one size limitation of the picture size. I think it's 5 or 6 megabyte, but this is as on other web services as well.
Okay, thank you. And concerning the second questions, I would like to know a little bit more in detail. Maybe I missed it, but what consists the advanced visibility that we have on the advanced package than the basic one? I mean, which are the differences?
Yeah, that is something what we are working on currently. But we said that from the advanced package on, there is bigger visibility on all the channels that we have. We are currently working on that, so we will present that hopefully in a few days. But the general idea is to make it bigger or have another segmentation, another separate opportunity to segment it a little bit better. But it's definitely clear that for those brands who are booking the higher package or the more valuable package, that they get a bigger exposure. Let's say it like that, without the opportunity right now to give you exactly the details, but only the idea behind is to make it more visible to the visitors. Yeah.
All right, thank you very much. One last question.
Yeah, just one thing, because we have already started to put some of the companies who have applied already on the ISPO website, which is not the platform which is handled, but it's already on the ISPO website. And the basic packages are just listed in the name, and the advanced and the premium ones are bigger currently. Yeah, and this is how we are going to set it up in the platform later on as well, maybe in that direction.
All right. Thank you very much. Very clear. One last question. What do you mean by matchmaking?
Well, matchmaking.
Yeah.
I think there's an answer that I can give. So matchmaking means, we know from the visitors, we are asking them to fill out some fields, and we know from the exhibitors also what categories they offer. So of course, this has an effect when you search for visitors, that those visitors that are more relevant for you, you will also find easier and see immediately. Plus we have and this works for both sides. So for the visitors finding the right exhibitors and vice versa. And the other part is that we notify you as an exhibitor about
people going to your showroom or to your branch room.
Okay, thank you very much. Are there any changes on the other packages? I mean, on the premium and on the event partner. There have been any differences, any changes from your very first email that came a couple of weeks ago?
Yeah, we have added some additional value to the packages and changed a little bit the whole strategy. So in general, it's the bigger the package, the more visibility is also guaranteed on ISPO.com, for example. Yeah, there's more outreach on the consumer side, especially for the advanced or the premium package. It starts already with an own page on ISPO.com. And in comparison to the platform that we are having live a few days before the event until a few days, a little bit time after the event, the content on ISPO.com will remain forever. So that means whatever is built up there is written there. The brand page that is built there on that page with the consumer direction will stay there and will be found also way after the event. So that's one of the big advantages. And there are way more tickets for the conference part, which we have separated right now in the advanced, and then again more in the premium packages. So that means for those brands who are giving their customers, who are willing to invest into their customers and telling them, hey, you can go to the conference as well and I give you a ticket, then the advanced or the premium package is more interesting. For those brands who said, no, I'm only concentrating on the B2B part and I have already everything in the basic package, I want to meet customers in there and stuff like that, then this is enough.
Thank you, Markus. Sorry, I have another question. Which action have been taken or will be taken by the fair in order to attract the visitors at the virtual edition?
Yeah, many things. So one thing is what I said already is like that everybody can invite everyone. So that's the basic idea. Secondly is that we are targeting our big database out of more than 300,000 business contacts worldwide, which we are inviting into the participation for the platform. And from the next week on, we have already started with the communication, the visitor communication, and this will accelerate and will be there will be way more in the next days and weeks in order to attract the right number and amount and the quality of visitors, for example. And in addition to that, we are talking to all the major retail associations, and I can announce that Sport 2000 has confirmed they will invite all their dealers. Intersport has confirmed but not signed so far, but they will also invite all their dealers. Sportler has confirmed. The Sportler has confirmed. A few others, Engelhorn, and so on and so on. So we are also in touch with all the dealers, the big ones, and invite them to the platform.
Thank you. So I think that Matteo Secatore from Ferrino has another question. Matteo?
Yeah, thanks. Hi, Markus. I would like to understand how many meetings can be scheduled at the same time. I mean, before you said that we can schedule the meeting and then there is a Zoom platform where we can manage the meeting with a customer or whatever. But there is just one each time, or different people of the same company can schedule different meetings at the same time. I mean, it's not if it's clear. I mean, when you are in the booth, normally, I don't know, at 10 o'clock, we are in 3-4 people working there, and we have different meetings, but at the same time. So I would like to understand if it's possible to do that also here or not.
Yeah, maybe.
So as far as I know, it's possible to have multiple meetings at the same time. But this is something that I also need to double check. So when one time is blocked, what happens? Because you can manage the availability, and I need to double check whether you can basically just keep your meeting times open, and then you allow by this to have multiple meetings. So this information I would find out and then send to Markus to forward to you.
Okay, thanks. Yes, I mean multiple meetings, but with different people. So I don't know, R&D manager, and at the same time the marketing manager can have could schedule the meeting at the same time. So if it's possible, I mean, just that.
We checked that finally, and I will forward the information to Assosport, and maybe they can spread it to the members as well.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Welcome.
Perfect, thank you. So just a second. Now there is Marco Sempreboni from Brugi, who has a question.
Hi Markus, hi everyone. Just one last question. In case company exhibits more than one brand, it is needed the brand room for each one?
Yeah. Yes. It's possible. Absolutely makes no sense to have more brands in one brand room. So we strongly recommend to have a second brand room. That's also a reason why we're making brand rooms affordable for 2,500.
Okay, thank you very much. Clear.
Thank you, Markus. There is someone who wants to get the floor? No? Maybe we're finished?
Sorry, just one very quick question. Again, so before you just mentioned that the digital meeting room is not anymore included in the basic package, is it correct?
Yes, in the current version we don't have it included, but if you, as I said before, if you have signed it already, we make it happen. We make it possible. Yeah.
No, not yet. But
maybe there's a misunderstanding. So there's two different ways to get in touch with you. There is the one-to-one video call that you can do, and there's the permanent video meeting room. So the permanent video meeting room is included in the higher packages. So this is rather meant to have webinars, so someone clicks on it and he is immediately seeing you if you are doing a webinar right now. And the other one is the one that we just presented, is the schedule a meeting with a contact person of you. So the schedule meeting is included in the basic package, and the permanent video room only in the higher packages.
Yeah, it was my question. It was just to understand if the presentation that I have with the various packages is still currently available, or if you have a new version. This is the only point.
I think it's a good idea to share the current version also with some updated pictures and stuff that you can get a little bit more information and details, because in the first version, we mentioned it before, it was a very simple brand room that we had. Now there's way more opportunities, and I think we definitely will share the current version with all the new pictures and exactly the numbers and details about the packages.
Okay, thank you. Great. Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you, Markus. There is someone else? Okay. No? Okay. So thank you so much to everybody. I think that now we have a message. No, okay, we already answered this question. So no, I think that this meeting has been recorded. So if you agree, we can also share the video if someone needs. And in any case, we are at disposal for any further questions. And then we will keep in touch with Markus and the ISPO team. So thank you. Markus, do you want to add something?
No, as I said before, I will share the current presentation with you. That would be good, that you can go through it and you see the actual pictures, because there was a huge improvement and development in that. There's all the details about the package. If you have more questions, feel free to get back to us and just ask us. We are here for you. We want to make it as successful as possible. That's our intention, because we also believe that whatever will happen in the future, the digital aspect of also a physical show will be way more important in the future. That's the reason why we are investing so much in that topic. And we do that with a long-term approach and not only for one time. We believe that this will be part of the future solution, which hopefully contains physical shows again one day.
Thanks a lot, Markus. Thanks, Johannes. Thanks, Philip. And I hope that many Italian brands can organize to come in Digital ISPO, and I hope to organize a country pavilion too. It's fantastic for Assosport. I don't know, but we try. Thank you so much, all people, and see you for the next time. Thank you.
Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank
Grazie.
you.
Thank you very much. You too.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Io l'avevo portato via. Dai che così apriamo l'altro. Dai, insomma, ci sono delle informazioni.
Ready?